Well, we're ready to get started prospecting. So let's talk about how to prospect in the merchant services industry. Now, first of all, it's important to realize that you have two goals when prospecting. Kind of like how we just talked about in the sales philosophy video on part 2, we were talking about how you have to move through the stages of the sales cycle. Now, there's two goals you have when prospecting. Number one, your first goal is to speak with the business owner or decision maker. Now, whether you're calling on the phone or whether you're walking into the business, your goal is always the same. Your first goal is to talk with the decision maker, talk with the business owner. Now, normally we're targeting small businesses, so the person you need to talk to is the owner of the business. Now, there's a couple interesting things about this. First of all, understand that most employees and business owners are very skilled at avoiding sales agents. You know, they've learned how to get rid of that marketing call. They've learned how to avoid that sales agent that's walking in off the street. And so we have to design a pitch that helps us to be able to kind of get around that. Okay? So we're going to talk to you a little bit about how to prospect, and one of the key things we're going to talk about is how to get around gatekeepers or anyone that's going to try to keep you from speaking with the owner. Your second goal is to gain information. Gain information. We need as much information as possible because the more information that you have, the better you're going to be able to determine this merchant's needs, and the better you're going to be able to present value later on in the sales process. So we're going to try to gain information. Now, this is interesting because how do you gain information? Do you gain information by talking or by listening? Obviously by listening. And so we're going to talk about how to effectively listen. I know what you're thinking. Well, I know how to listen. I just close my mouth and listen. That's not all that there is to it. And we're going to talk a lot about in prospecting how to ask the right questions and then how to listen in such a way that you're able to take notes, you're able to keep track of what information is valuable, what information is just small talk, and also you're able to understand how the merchant is really feeling and be able to get down to that real core issue. You know, a lot of times you'll talk to a business owner on the phone and right off the bat they say, "Oh, you sell credit card processing. I'm not interested in that. I have no interest. You're wasting your time." Okay, well, you can say you're listening, but really you have no idea what that merchant's problem is. You know, did they get burned in the past? Is that why they don't want to talk to you? What's the reason? You know, are they very happy with their current processor? Maybe that's the reason. Who knows? But see, it's not effective listening to just close your mouth and hear what they're saying. You have to have effective questioning back and forth. And, well, you know, can I ask you, Bob? I mean, do you feel like there's just no value in speaking with me today? I mean, was there an issue that you had in the past? We want to try to dig a little deeper and effectively listen so that we know what's going on. So our two goals when we're prospecting: number one, we're going to talk to you about how to actually talk to the decision maker, in this case the business owner, and then number two, how to gain the information that you need in order to have all the information later on in the pitch so you can present value to the merchant. Now, in our next video, part 4, we're going to talk about learning your lines, and we're going to get into this area of making a great pitch when you first walk in. I'm going to walk you through my pitch step by step, so make sure you click on the next video and watch our next one on learning your lines.